Doo-doom, doo-doom, doo-doom. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Nah, I think I made my 2 viewers click away by doing that intro, so let's not keep on doing that. But welcome to the channel where we are role-playing as the head of House Corp, who is King Frey of Sweden. In the last episode we held court, managed our realm, and had a great feast. There are many things that the king feels obliged to do and that he wants to do, but to do that he needs prestige and also gold, but most of all prestige. And how to get prestige as a Norse Viking ruler? You go raid. Raise all as raiders. Here we are. The raiding party is gathering, and we'll be fully gathered in a couple of days. Right. So who should lead? Now it's Chieftain Ragnar. Is he the best one? He is a reckless commander who has high martial skill. Do I have any? There's some reaver trait you can get, which makes your raids go faster. Maybe Aki the organizer with the movement speed should be a good one. Maybe I should lead myself, but no, I'm not a great commander. And he also has things to do in his kingdom, I think, so maybe he will stay home. Doesn't look like we have any particularly good raiders in our ranks, so let's go for speed. And Aki is a seasoned commander. He was commanding our forces in the war for the kingdom, and he's certainly a character that I have been taking note of. Maybe I should try to get him married. Do I have any women? I could marry him to my daughters, but I won't do that. He's not... first of all, he's way too old for them, and secondly, he is not important enough to merit to marry into the royal family. So let's see about finding him another woman from afar. Do we have any? Because I really, since I've been starting to like this character, it would be a good thing if I could get his. Oh, here's a second one, which means that she is fertile, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, because it would be fun for the playthrough if House Bebenberg here could continue. So let's get Aki married while he leads our raiding party. So let's see where we should raid. England is... yeah, I noticed that... Oh, here's a juicy target. 17 loot in the barony of Dithmarschen. Because I noticed that East Francia here, while it looks big and scary, it is weak. Maybe there's maybe there is Count Rimbert here, has a liege, who is Duke Otto. He is he's stronger than the king, but yeah, let's go. Let's try and raid Dithmarschen for 17 gold, and maybe also capture some prisoners to ransom. Oh, I got the marriage. It's this woman who is marrying Aki. Let's hope they have children. It's always worth to look around for juicy targets to raid. Here we come, embarking, and raid is started. Raid has started. They are gathering a force to try and engage us, and it looks like it's gonna be... Oh, I captured Count Rimbert's granddaughter. And now the question is, can we... It would be good if we could escape this army that has gathered here to take us on, because even if we do win, which is definitely not sure, the odds look even. Even if we do win the battle, they will definitely cause losses to our ranks. Let's ransom this daughter for 10 gold and see about escaping. We'll arrive in 30 days. It takes us 30 days to embark. If we go here, I think it's... And it's also good that our commander Aki is an organizer. It will help us escape this force that's coming to intercept. Are they gonna hunt us down? Supplies are low. They are trying to hunt us down. Oh, a new daughter. She's my wife's daughter. Mine and my wife's daughter, of course. She's comely. I mean, she's a good-looking little girl, Ingebjörg. Let's name her Saga. Can we escape this? Because they look really determined to hunt us down. Let's see if Aki can... Yeah, it looks like they gave up to... No, they are coming. Oh, and I can unlock a new perk for my lifestyle. Do I want an iron constitution or mental resilience or restraint? No, that's the celibate one. I don't know that one. I think I want an iron constitution, because it would be good if the Jarl could survive until his son comes of age. That will definitely increase the chances to get him to inherit the kingdom, because my court grandeur increased. That is great, because at the moment the realm is throwing their vote for Chief Björn as the next king. So if I die, my son won't inherit the kingdom. Are they still coming? No, yes, they bloody are. Persistent bastards. But I will get home with the loot before they can catch up with us. And that is a good thing. Well done, Aki. You marched our forces all the way back home. Levy leaves farmland empty. Oh, it's not in my personal holdings. What is this? Invite champions. I think my ranks are full. I could also get better champions, but I would try to... It will cost prestige to invite champions, and I will try to... let's look for another loot target, because I want more prestige. Here is a chief of Veleti, who doesn't have that much loot in his holding here, but maybe he has some relatives we can capture. They really want to hunt us down. Bye bye. Let's see if they are gonna try to chase us down here as well, because we carried home all the loot we took. He's not giving up, is he? Here we are raiding Veligrad. And it was a successful raid, no problems here. Is there any more holdings to raid down here? Well, there's not much loot here. How about these ones? Oh, this coast is thoroughly raided. Let's go to... let's see about going to England or maybe Ireland to raid. These countries always get raided to high heaven. What would you say? Oh, tribe of Loch Garman looks like a juicy target. And all those independent Irish counts have prisoners that we can capture for ransom as well. So they really were determined to try hunt us down. They gathered a force here and tried to intercept us, but we managed to get away with all the loot still in our coffers. Speed up the game while we're sailing to Leinster to raid Ireland. What? Why? How? There's never a quiet moment. My son and heir Stalkader is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage his curiosity, but sometimes I cannot help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. So my son is a curious person. I like that. When a father and a mother love each other very much. And they sure do, because King Frey here is lustful, and he is not only married to Sif here, they are lovers and soulmates, so I'm sure they have a warm and healthy marital bed. And here is Stalkader, who's wondering about all those gruntling sounds and sound of creaking wood from the bed frames at night, and the king has to explain to him how he came to be. And he get the curious traits, which means that he will have a better aptitude for learning and diplomacy as he grows of age. That could surely be a good thing for a leader. The Norse play in Lödöse. It has been brought to my attention that Gudmundr, a renowned Norse playwright, intends to hold a performance of his work titled 2000 Swedish Nights. The price of admission is steep, but this is likely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness a Gudmundur play with my own eyes. So we have a play right here, Gudmundur, a wanderer who's come to court, and he's written a play that he wants to perform at my court. That sounds interesting. The king would surely be interested in that, because he is a learned guy who is a poet, so his initial opinion is that of an approval. A pious night at the theatre it is. I might gain learning lifestyle experience, or I will not make light of Ymir's creation. Alright, so it has an implication religion, but I think that the king would want to watch this renowned work at the local theatre. 2000 Swedish nights. As I watch the play unfold before me, it quickly becomes clear why Gudmundur is so well known as a literary genius. The prose, the performance, all of it makes me feel as though I am witnessing the events of the heroic sagas unfold in front of me, as if I were there to behold Ymir's work myself. Once the play has drawn to a close, I find myself alone with Gudmundur. You must teach me to interpret the heroic sagas as you do, or I could write better than this. So I could ask Gudmundur and pay him for it to teach me something about playwriting, and it will give me lifestyle experience and piety. Or I could take the stance that I'm a better writer. What would the king do? This last one here, I could write better than this, means a learning challenge against Gudmundur, and the king would surely have a good chance of emerging victorious from this, because his learning is sky high. He's got 30 learning, but the question is, what would he do? The writing here suggests those TS endings are always a nuisance to get right. The writing suggests that the king is impressed, but what would he do? He's cynical, he's patient, he's generous, and he's lustful. Had he been proud, for instance, I think he would have said that he could write better, but being generous, I think it is more likely that he will pay gold to Gudmundur to learn from him. You must teach me to interpret the heroic sagas as you do, is our choice. And the raid, meanwhile, we are raiding. Oh, and I captured someone. Marta Nig Ulixes Eugnacht Eine. That's a mouthful. Marta, that's... I can do that. Nig. That's probably a kind of title like off or from or von, if I had to guess. So Marta Nig Ulixes Eugnacht Eine. She's of the house Eugnacht Eine, and probably from somewhere called Ulixes. And she is who? An honorable zealot who has lover's box. Can I ransom her? No. I could make her concubine, but since she has lover's pox, that wouldn't be a good idea. And there's nothing about her that makes the lustful king think that, oh, I want her. But maybe she could be someone for our sacrificial pyre when we hold blood someday. We like to burn Christians in honor of our gods here in Scandinavia. That's what we do. So, next juicy raiding target. Oh, 7 gold there might be worthwhile while we're here. Let's go and burn down Leinster. Och Tyke Ivarsson, the Jarl of Bergslagen, has been hosting my chancellor Jetfather. And Jetfather is impressing him. He's a great chancellor, Jetfather. I have to see about rewarding him if the opportunity arises. Oh, here's this plot again with a map. We had it a couple of episodes back. It's about a hunter causing rocks at a local tavern, and this wanderer here comes with a claim that someone is paying people to draw maps about surroundings, and I thank him for bringing this to my attention. Raid. What more can we burn and pillage here? Let's burn this bishopric. See if there's a bishop there who can capture. It's not much loot, but the prisoners are the real prize of these raids. So Björn wants his daughter back for 10 gold. No, Björn, you were my enemy. You became my enemy when you proclaimed yourself king, and now you're still claiming that you are the rightful king and getting people to vote for you as the next king. So I will keep your daughter. I'm not cruel to her, she's in house arrest. She has knives with the burn candles, and she gets good food, and I'll make sure she gets a good education, but she stays in Västergötland. So I don't want to... No, if you go inland there is attrition. Let's go raid Desmond. But let's not go that way, let's go this way. Oh, there was someone more I captured. Let's take a look at the prisoners. We have this Kukuarain, Mak Koirbre, Au Shainselag, Kukukuru, Kukuarain, Mak Koirbre, Au Shainselag. Sometimes you get it slightly better if you try to sing it, especially when the first name is Kukuarain. What shall we do with him? Can we ransom him for 10? We can, and his brother here will pay 10 for him. Well, let's take it. Oh, what are these armies, I don't want to. If I go there to raid, they will be hostile to me. And since they're already raised, that might be a problem. Oh, there are too many Norse Vikings settling here and taking all the loot. Can we... What about this one? Gwynedd. It says that their strength is inferior to ours, but it's not insignificant. Maybe there are better targets. What about this one? If you have you... Okay, here's a good one. We are going to raid Leon. Count Olafur of Leon. He's a Norse though. Can we raid him? I'm not sure. Our neighboring ruler Yngling surely raided us, so we should be able to. Pneumonia, my poor daughter. Today I was given grave news. My daughter Saga has fallen ill with pneumonia. The future is uncertain. That lingers closely by her bedside, yet she might survive. Only the Norns knows. The physician wants to know how my daughter should be treated. So Saga here, she's my youngest daughter. She's only 1 year old. Be cautious. Do no more than what is necessary. The time has come for drastic measures. There will be no treatment, or the choice is up to my daughter. Surely a 1 year old cannot get to decide how she will be treated. The king would definitely not go for there will be no treatment. Why would he? I don't think he would go for drastic measures either. I mean, he is a patient guy, so I think that means that he would want to be cautious and go for the safe treatment, even though that this one has a chance to has a better chance to stop the disease, but it also has a chance of causing serious harm to the little 1 year old. So be cautious. Do no more than what is necessary. And she gained reduced disease symptoms because our court physician is quite she's quite good. She's our realm priest and she's a physician. So I was able to raid this. Let's see about Brittany. Can I... Oh, there's some great loot here. He will probably raise a force and try to engage us, but let's see what we can do. I'm raiding here, and I caught the wife of the local count, Countess Daniela of Cornyle. She is a paranoid, humble and content ginger who I could make a concubine or ransom for 25. Let's go with the ransom option. It's always good money. And let's see what else there is to raid. We will raid the capital of the king, King Salomon Mab Rivalon of Brittany. Let's go raid him. He looks like a cruel man. He's an ambitious, diligent and lustful. Let's go burn his capital down. There's also a bishopric close by, which could be a good target. Oh, I captured King Salomon's wife. That's a good price for the raid. She's a generous, just and cynical person. I'm trying to see if I would want to make any of those prisoners concubine. And I will if they are not worth as much as she is. He will not. He is greedy. So the king is too greedy to pay for his wife's safe return, even though he surely has the money. You know what that means. Queen Giselle, 26-year-old Queen of Brittany. Your husband doesn't think that you're worth a measly 100 gold. How about you come to a better bed where you are surely would be treated more generously than by this greedy King Solomon. Hey, King Solomon, I have your wife here. How about you give me 100 gold? She's yours again. No. Well then, she's kind of cute, you know? I think she's worth 100 gold. She can be my concubine. I was below my concubine limit. She really hates me now, though. Forced me to serve as a concubine. But your husband was an asshole, you know? I can learn a language from her. That's surely interesting. I could demand her conversion, which would be good. Can I send her a poem? I will send her a poem about a work about mourning. She can mourn that her former husband was such a greedy man that he wasn't willing to pay for her safe release. Let's do it. The poem is lauded. She gained opinion of me for it. Is there any more interactions we can do to get her to dislike me a bit less? We could sway her, but am I doing some swaying? Yeah, I'm swaying Jarl Tyke, which is a good scheme because he's an important vassal. I'm interested in learning her language. let's call it French. I wish I was better at pronouncing French, but I can do some other languages, but French is hard. I'll grant it that. But this will also abandon my sway scheme, though. So let's wait. I will try to learn the language of Giselle here as soon as this half circle is completed and my sway scheme is finished. So is he gathering up some forces here to try to... He is... I think, yeah. So maybe it's time for us to go somewhere else. How about Navarre? There's not much loot to be had. Asturias is probably... There they are. We could raid King Alfonso, the Thief Slayer. We can go see if we can get another queen to be our concubine. Let's go. And now probably Giselle is gonna try to murder us for making her our concubine. once in a playthrough, he's racing host to try to catch me. Let's see if we can escape him. Let's go the Corona here. Corona. There are some balanced humors. My daughter Saga has recovered from pneumonia. Great. Here are some other raiders. He is chasing us with the decent sized force. Maybe we should try to find a good defensive position and fight him. Forests here might be a good choice. He is catching up to us. Can we win? Yes, it looks like we're winning. My chieftain killed one of his champions, but they got... Oh, there's a lot of maiming going on here. But we are winning the battle. And he is on the retreat. Yeah, you run away. So let's go raid this city and then maybe think about going home, because we don't want to lose all our loot and our men. Sway infiltrators. So there are some commoners moving to Jarl Tyke's land, and I could make them. It's not worth it. Oh, but yes, I did sway him. And now I was wanting to learn my concubine's language. These language directions are new to me. They weren't in the game last time I played, so let's try to. This should make her like me better as well, I hope, because I'm showing an interest in her language and culture. Yeah, was what I was saying before was that in one playthrough I got a concubine who was the daughter of the King of France, and I got a son with her, and later I made, because he had a claim on the Kingdom of France, because his mother had one, so he had one, and therefore I later made him King of France. It was fun. I got a new lifestyle perk. Let's see about that. I really don't like this restraint one, but this one, Know Thyself, is good, and healthy is good, so let's take this. There's nothing saying that we must be celibate only because we have the option to be. We are going to raid this barony of Santillana. He's still trying to. Let's see if we have. What's the terrain here? It's plains. It's not really good. Holy Warrior means that we will get an advantage fighting Christians. Yeah, Rolfur Rögnvaldsson, with your high martial skill and your fierce belief in the Norse gods, you will defend us from here. Yes, we are winning. And a new daughter was born. I get a lot of daughters. I only have one son, but a lot of good daughters. Botilda, she's the daughter of my concubine Piri. This perfect little daughter. May you grow to be strong and wise. So how about, yeah, we have all the loot we can carry. So it's time to head home to Västergötland with our full coffers of loot. This was a good excursion. We had some battles here, but we are... Oh, Troubadour's dedication. As the troubadour keeps pronouncing lines of love and desire, I try to keep from showing the rest of the court how flattered I feel. Though she is veiled behind metaphor and allegory, I know that this is a dedication from Gyruder to me. So my courtier, my court poet, is she? No, she's the wife of Color. You know how to... Oh, I think she is trying to seduce me, maybe. She's up to something. She is yeah, maybe she's my court musician. Oh, I don't remember, but anyway, she's dedicated a song of love and desire to me, and you know how to get my attention, Gyruder. I lose stress. Our raiding party is heading home. Glory seekers. The taverns of Seilanger have seen an influx of glory-seeking warriors of late. Among them a group of old and battle-hardened veterans, huskarls looking for a new master. There is also a whole of enthusiastic young men that talk non-stop about finding glory on foreign shores. Perhaps I should seek to employ some of them. So I could bring the huskarls into my household. It will cost me 85 gold, and I will get a 175 men strong huskarl regiment in Västergötland. Or the young men are inexperienced, but there are many of them. It will cost less gold, and it will give me 350 men who's not that battle hardened in Västergötland. Time to double the price of ale. So I could gain money by double the price of ale for these men. But what would the king do? He has the money to pay for both of the options, and since he is 57 years old, he's an experienced man himself, so I think that he would reckon that the experienced and battle-hardened veterans are the better choice. This is costly though. No, let's go with the younger men. They are the future after all. Oh, a prisoner died in my dungeons. Do I have any more? You don't want to miss out on ransoming your prisoners. Are there any more I could... Simon here is probably a person of no importance. Who's this? Iliana Olafsdottir of Brest. Oh, she's strong. How much is she worth? 10. She is probably too young to be made a concubine, because she's not grown yet, but the strong trait is good, and surely the king is attracted to it, so maybe wait until she comes of age and try to get her into the king's bed. And we also have Alvør, Olafsdotter of Brest, who's robust. That's also a good trait. So maybe these could be... They are not worth that much. I mean, if he had been willing to pay at least 50 for them, Count Olaf here, he could have had them back, but they are more worth to be now as prisoners. Here's Agatha. She is also of no significant importance, and I mean, she's a good strategist, but let's just keep her in the cell for now. And here's this other. No one is willing to. Yeah, I looked at her before, didn't I? Who is this? Bernardo Trudildes. Bernardo Trudildes. He also has some good traits, and no one is willing to pay for him, so he should stay in my dungeon. And here we are, returning home with loot and prestige. That is excellent. And my language scheme. Taught a lesson. My court tutor Astrid has been aiding me day and night in my efforts to learn Duil Vulgar. Duil Vulgar. I have to learn to pronounce that. Duil Vulgar. The vulgar tongue, I suppose it means. And vulgar in this context, of course, doesn't have the meaning it has today as something who is, base and tasteless. It only means that it's a common language and not a high language. I suppose you had, for instance, you had some high German, and you had some vulgar German, and I guess that Latin is considered a noble aristocratic high language, whereas the vulgar variant who's spoken here is vulgar. I'm only taking an educated guess here, so if someone's watching and know about these things, please feel free to educate me. But anyway, Astrid here is helping me. She's my court tutor, and she's helping me to better understand my concubine's language. Truly, I would not be this far along without Astrid's help, the king thinks, and he could reward her with 5 gold, or he could just say that she's just doing her job. But the king is a generous man, and he is grateful for the help, so here you are, Astrid. Your word, you deserve a reward. And the raiding party is safely at home, and we will see about building some stuff in Västergötland, maybe some palisades or warrior hall, and maybe doing some conquest, or maybe go on more raids, and all that will be in the next episode. So for now, thank you for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one. Goodbye.